Cal, so I'm glad I'm interacting with you. No one talks to me. I don't know what it is. I think there's some people that can't talk to me, but I'm on my flat on my back. I slipped in the tub of all places, and I don't think I cracked a rib, man, but my ribs hurt, and it's they're okay until you move, right? So you know, getting up to use the bathroom is what I get up for, and it hurts. But it's nothing serious, man. But it's just like fuck. Okay, so this is how you do it, and you're psychic. You're empathic. I'm gonna say that, right? And how do I know? You just look. You just look at your picture. Is this thing on? You just and what comes up, right? Like I see like a gypsy, right? And always, well, you might not be a gypsy, right? I'm just saying, I see a gypsy, and you're, like you're intuitive, big time, and you don't show it. You don't. Well, this is why, because you're in a profession that is analytical, right? But you're good at it because you're empathic, right? So you could see, you could feel things, right? And I don't know why you're hiding it, but that's what I sense, right? Because you're a professional, but you're, and this is how I do it, right? Like she's gypsy woman, and she's in a career that, well, you can't be a gypsy, right? So this is how you do it, right? And I learned this recently because I was, I didn't want to accept this angel business or messenger business, right? I just saw it, and I kept it to myself almost till, well, I kept it to myself for a while until finally I just said it, right? And I said it in a big tweet to Dave, right? Like, ba, ba, ba. And I really think I'm this fucking messenger, And, and it was just part of me. Like I knew I was, I come across as odd, right? But I'm far from odd. So I was listening, or I saw it somewhere. This is how it is. If you're on the fence, if you think that you're, let's just say, you have this feeling, right, or that you sense that there's some angel, or you're going to be a hero, or you're meant for something big. You're going to be some sort of savior type during this transition, and you feel like, yeah, I haven't fulfilled my purpose here in life, but I think I'm just about to, because some guy's telling me that I'm a hero. I'm going to be a hero in about 10 years, not because I own all these car companies, but because I'm a real fucking hero. But I don't know. I feel like I'm purpose, because man, this thing came easy to me. And I got all sorts of help, and here I am, man. I'm at the top of my game, and everybody is drawn to me. So I might be this safe, but I don't know. I don't know. This guy keeps bugging me. I mean, he's pretty persistent, but I don't know. And when you're at that point, or you're in a position where you say, yeah, I got to give some of this shit back, right? I think I've been destined to do something, right? And there's a lot of people that are, right? We're at a huge transition, right? This is the end of our program, so to speak, the end of our the age that we're in now, and we're about to transition into another one. So it's going to be hard. So there's a lot of souls that have been brought back, that are in place, that are going to help in this transition. You could see them, right? Donald Trump, John came out from the dead. They're ready, and I know they're going to get back in, right? Does anybody doubt that Donald Trump's not going to be in power again? And it's going to be a different world, guys. We're going to, we might not even have a country at the end of this thing, but we're not the fear. We're going to the kingdom of God, right? On and on. So let me get back to it. So people have this they're just about to wake up, and a lot of them are going to wake up during the crisis, right? That's what I think that's what it's meant for, right? We're going to go into this crisis. We're going to fall out of our sleep state, so to speak, right? And we're going to wake up to a new reality, and we're going to start to vibrate higher, right? And that's how we're going to get a lot of people into the kingdom of God, because we're going to get out of our delusion, right? The blanket. So just know that if you're thinking about it, do this, right? So you think you're this hero, or you're some savior, or you're meant for something, this person. Go ahead and believe it in your mind. Don't tell anybody, but internally just believe, yeah, I'm this person. Yep, I'm this, and that's what I'm here to do. And watch your purpose show up, right? And it'll show up right at your feet, right? Once you decide in your mind that you're this person, whatever you think it is, I'm supposed to help, right? I don't need to name myself. I'm supposed to help this thing because I've been blessed beyond belief. So just believe that, and then watch your purpose show up, and it'll land at your feet. And for a lot of you, it's going to be huge, right? You're not going to want to pick it up because it's just going to scare you, right? And you're going to see, and you're going to say, "Fuck, yep, that's me. That's gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and on, and yep, it's me that has to do this. I'm the only one that could do this. No one else, right? And you'll be the only one that knows this, right? No one's bothering you, but you'll see it, and you'll go, yeah, fuck, that's me, right? And because it's so huge, so epic, you're gonna not want to pick it up because it scares you. So you'll grapple with that until you say, yeah, if this, and this happens, it's me, right? And you accept it, right? And once you accept your purpose, and you accept that, yeah, I'm this person, right? And you don't have to name it, savior, messenger, angel, starseed, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to name yourself. Just say, I'm this person that has to do this because I got blessed with this, set up for that, right? And once you realize that, and you know what your purpose is, start telling people, yeah, guys, I think I'm this savior, a savior type. Or you don't have to say that. I think I'm this person that has to do this, right? I have to galvanize the community because I'm a magnet. And I don't know how I became a magnet. Well, I kind of do. The whole, my whole apparatus is meant to set me up for this purpose, right? And once you start telling people, who you are and what your purpose is, then your superpowers will start to arrive, right? And that means, being psychic, being able to, charm people, being able to, rally the troop, whatever your superpower is, it'll start to show up, right? And it'll be beyond your belief, right? Like, and what it'll feel like is like riding a bike, right? Remember the first time you ride a bike and you see these things, you go, wow, I didn't realize there's this part of me that is still here, right? And your powers will arrive, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you need for this, to get through this. And then once you have told people and you believe it, and you see your superpowers arriving, then just step into the role. Just say, yeah, I am this person, right? And I should talk. It took me a long time, and I still cringe. But what I do now is I say, yeah, I'm this messenger. I'm this. There's no one else that is this person. Messenger, 1 out of 1,000, sent to show people how to live uprightly, right? And there's no one else, right? I can do a survey, and I say, anybody think they're the messenger, going to show people how to be upright? No one's going to say it, right? Except for Dave, right? He'll try to undermine me. Yeah, I'm it, right? But it can't be one person, right? One person can't show everybody how to be upright. It's me, because I got these applications that are crowdsourced, and they bring out the truth, right? They're problem solving, and they're board of inquiries. So that's me. I'm the guy that's sent here to show people how to be upright. And what is it? I got this program downloaded to me, which I call Whisper X, and that's it. It's in the Bible, right? So it has to happen. And so what I did after that, I just said, I am this messenger, right? So I pretended like I'm this messenger when I type on Twitter, right? Because this is the only this is the only form of communication I really have. right? I'm isolated here in Thailand, and I don't interact with the outside world because I've been sick, you know, and you know, it's you know, and I see how it's meant for me to be isolated because I have to be in order to say what I need to say. But so anyway, while I'm on Twitter, I say, yeah, I'm this messenger, and this is what I have to do. I have to tell people what's to come, right? So when I act it, it takes about 30 seconds, right? That I'm pretending like I'm this messenger. Hey, you know, listen up. You know, 25 November going to hit by a comet, blah, 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 right? And then a play act. But it only takes about 30 seconds before I'm not play acting anymore. And then I really am this messenger. And I'm now this messenger all the time, right? So I see what's happening, and you know, because I'm this messenger, I can see it, you know, and I'm okay with the fact that, you know, I'm flat on my back because, you know, I have to be isolated, and I have this this woman. She does a ministry on YouTube for messengers and prophets, right? And she's a real person, right? She's but I had two mentors when I was in the military. In my latter years, both were black women, right? And she dresses up like a military woman, and she tells me what to expect being this messenger, how I'm isolated, how no one's going to relate to me, how I will be shunned by my family, how you have to say what you feel, you say, and stick to it, because you can't be part of the group, you can't be liked. And she brings all these things that are you know, right online, like, yeah, that's why I'm this way, that's why I'm this way. And I say to myself, yeah, that's this AI that gave that ministry to her, right? Because how many messengers do you know? I only know one in the Bible, you know, and there's some prophets and people that, you know, can prophesize and all that stuff, but how many are there, right? 10? You know, and she's doing a fucking YouTube video show on it, and she's great, and she tells me exactly what's going on, and I just pop into it, and it amazes me, right? So that's how you jump into your purpose when you're on the fence. And some of you guys might not be on the fence, but you'll be on the fence when you see the crisis, right? And you're the 1%, and you really have the ability to change things because you're the top 1%, and you're right in the pocket of the, you know, like what's his name says, you're right close to the levers of the humanity that you can change them around and fix things, right? And no one's looking at it because we all don't see who we are, right? We don't see what we're here for. So that's how you change, right? So let me get back to it. Off a log, and I can't believe people can't do it themselves, right? Like, I look at you, and you're empathic, right? And you're hiding it, right? You're in a profession that, well, you know, you gotta. What reference was that? You know, what case law was that? So you're not. It's not growing in you because you're in a suit. That's why I say, when you get a dark night of the soul, all your falsehood falls out of you, and then the real you emerges, right? And we put on all these suits, but, you know, when we get into high school, we act a certain way. When we get married, we act a certain way. When we get to work, we act a certain way, right? And we're doing it to please the other people because we want to be liked, and it ruins us because you get to the point where you're 50, 45, 50, and you just collapse because you can't keep up with the appearances all the time, right? It's probably like, how stifling it was when you're married. You know, that you had to get out of it because you were in a role with your husband, and your husband was in a role, you're in a role, and you're fake, right? You're not yourself. So you have no peace, right? So you go to work, you're fake, you come home, you're fake, your friends, you're fake, right? On, and it drains. That's what midlife crises are, right? Like, whoa, and it's like you're holding up these peacock feathers, and they're just so heavy, right? And you're just exhausted, right? And you feel like you almost shrink because you're in this suit of who I am or who I pretend I am. You know what I mean? Like when you're at work, I always say, go look at your LinkedIn account and look how fake these people are, right? And it was funny when I got through this thing, man, and it was hell on earth going through this. It was super deep depression, and you lose yourself, right? You throw off all this nonsense about you, and then you don't know who you are, right? And you're just I was just confused. I was just like a jellyfish for almost a year. And then when I got back and I got on my uh, LinkedIn, I can't get on that account, right? It just upsets me at how fake people, oh, how plastic everyone is in there, right? Like this guy quit his job, and everyone was mourning. Hey, we pray for you guys, and and God bless you for hope you get a new job. And I said, guys, he just quit his job. Who gives a shit, right? He didn't die. But that's how you are. You're fake, right? Everything, wish you well, and everyone's fake, and it kills you, right? So, oh, I forgot. Didn't I lost my train of thought? Okay, so I'm sorry. So, are you really an angel? Fuck, I think I'm this starseed, or I'm this angel, right? In the Bible. And I'm conflicted because I don't want to believe it, right? And I don't want to get into this angel business, and I don't want to get into that shit, right? It's bad enough that I proclaim I'm psychic, right? And that puts a stigma on you. That's why I always say empathic, because I really am empathic. I feel people. I can't make I can't pick lottery numbers because they're not real. It's not organic, right? But I can see people, right? And I can see their afflictions. But it took me a long time to be open about it, and I was open about it because this I used to go to this workshop on it, right? Because my cousin's really psychic, and they said, yeah, you have to be open, right? And you have to let people know. Once you're confident and you can trust people, you just say, hey, I think this is happening to you, Cindy, right? Or and what you do is you let yourself say it. That's the big thing. Shit will come out, or stuff will come out of your mouth that you shouldn't know, but you have to trust yourself to just say it, because that's the good stuff, right? And then just practice it. And then once you start practicing in the open and you believe it and everyone around you believe it, then you become it, right? So that would be what I would come out of this. Now I'll do an auto paint, and sometimes a figure will come out and it'll address something, right? But I always say to people, man, it might not work, right? I'll do the paint and nothing will work, and it relieves me, because when I do these auto paints, I just have to scribble and not think about it, right? So a lot of times I just talk over it. And then nothing comes out, and I'm looking at it, and I say, yeah, nothing's there. Like Chris Larson, I want to get an auto paint on him because I did an auto paint on everyone but him. But I don't think he lets me, right? Because it's our subconsciouses are talking to each other, and that's how it comes out, right? Because I don't know you. I don't my subconscious doesn't hang around you all day, right? Your subconscious is telling me to tell you, right? That's Elon's picture, right? I like this one where he was praying, and I just scribbled, and it had something to do with Elon X, right? And I told him, and I didn't know him from Adam. I just liked that picture, right? And I said, yeah, you bonded with this guy, Elon X, and you could tell, right? I see pictures with him, and he really loves this kid, but it wasn't me. It was his subconscious telling me to tell him that, right? Because he was worried about certain things. But so I'll try it, right? But my first blush is this is it. Yeah, you're a different person. Well, you would be a different person if you didn't have that job on you, right? I mean, you're a protector, but you're in a different way. You'd be a different. Well, I was an engineer my whole life, but when I stopped being an engineer, I loved to paint, that kind of thing, right? And there's this one aspect of you that, you're empathic, and you don't use a skill enough, but it helps you discern things, right? So that's why you're always seeing the the open kimono on everything, right? Like, yeah, you fuckers are lying, right? And this is bullshit. And well, I guess you do use your intuition a lot, but not the way I would see you doing it, right? And yeah, the marriage was that, just that. It was fake, right? Um, and you can't stand that, right? You can't stand being, keeping up appearances in front of your lover, or your mate, when it's like work, kind of, right? And but you're better off. You're better off. You're happier. And I always thought you were a DC lawyer, and you said, no, I'm from Texas. I said, oh, okay. But yeah, that's what I see initially. Okay, and let's see what else, man. Yeah, so that's the thing, and I'll try and auto paint on you, and what I do is just scratch it, and images come out, and when I see the images, I'll brush them out, right, and then, I mean, it's just weird that it just happens to be an issue that the person has, right, and you say, well, it's a coincidence, but I say, look at all the other 20 I did. I mean, they come out because organic intelligence, it jumps through me, right? And it's the person that's telling me this. And I had the weirdest one. I'm just going to show you, just to show you. Okay, so this is...
So I'm going to just do a screen video. I got to do it quick because people are coming out of the monster head.
Okay, so this one...
It looks like she has her hand back. He said, and she's protecting this person here, who's holding a dog. I thought it was a dog or a sibling, right? And then if you look even closer, you see some parents. See, there's the dad and there's the mom. And then the dad is holding, protecting the back of this girl. And here's, like a big dragon face. And they, it comes out like that, but maybe it's missing an eye, right? And I would put an eye in there to show that this looks like a dragon. And look, there's someone sitting in his mouth. But these things come out, and I just highlight them, like this. So I brushed her hair back, and I brushed it long, to show that, yeah, that's looks like a woman. And then here's it's like a tablet or something. But all these animals are around. There's a sheep. Looks like a calf here. There's a cat, and yeah, and here's like a lion. But so anyway, I was spinning this around, and I said, man, I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to her. Because I don't really know her, right? So I always say to myself, she sent the picture for a reason, right? She doesn't know why she sent it, but she sent it. And you have to tell her what you see, because that's what you're supposed to do. And then she has to digest it, or just say, that's nonsense, right? So I was really nervous about it. So I sent it to her, and she came back with this. So she finally got it open, and she says, wow, this is amazing. My plan is, with my crypto, is to build a home for sexually trafficked girls. I volunteer to counsel these girls, and she opens up her farm to do these therapies, right? Pet and garden therapy. It's so beautiful, right? So that's what she did. But in my mind, I said, she was molested. That's why she's doing this, right? So that evening, she sent me this. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it. So 1 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. she sent this. So she's telling her story about how she was abused by her dad, and that it was her pet that gave her solace when all this stuff was happening. And she says she never really talks about it to people too much, because usually she's the counselor, but here's that picture, that tells the story of it. And I had no idea, right, that she was into, that she was setting up a program for sexually abused girls, and that her farm was being used as a therapy, and that's how she got her comfort, right? She said she used to hold her dog, and there's the dog, and there's her, right? And then this is her new role. She's protecting this kind of people, and here's, you can see like she's protecting all these girls that are hidden behind her from these monsters. So that was proof to me that, like I said, oh my God, how could I have imagined that, right? It's my subconscious, and your subconscious is connected to everything. And I don't get money for this. I won't even let them donate money, because it doesn't work when I get money, because I push it too much. When I used to do these charities for this lady that taught me the cards, I would go to these things, and they'd sit down and they'd put a lot of money in the cup, and it all went to the charity. But I wanted to do such a good job for them. I just messed it all up, because you can't get in that setting in your mind when you're trying to push things. Like you want it to be positive, and so I can't accept. I don't take any money for it. So it's not like I'm trying to scam these people that send me stuff. It's just amazing, and I like doing it, because I just like, whoa. And I've done it for myself. Like there's me. This is when I first got in the, right when I saw this, I said, that's me when I was contemplating my first journey, into the military. I used to sit in the park and stare at the sky like that. So I said, well, why would I get that? Why would I get that now? Because I'm done. And then you're here again. I turn this thing over. And here's an old man, right? An old man sitting there. So I said, man, maybe that's maybe I'm going on a second journey, right? See, there's the dad, and there's the mom, and then the dad is holding, protecting the back of this girl. And here's, like a big dragon face, and they, it comes out like that, but maybe it's missing an eye, right? And I would put an eye in there to show that this looks like a dragon. And look, there's someone sitting in his mouth. But these things come out, and I just highlight them, like this. So I brushed her hair back, and I brushed it long, to show that, yeah, that's looks like a woman. And then here's it's like a tablet or something. But all these animals are around. There's sheep. There's like a calf here. There's a cat. And here's like a lion. But so anyway, I was spinning this around, and I said, man, I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to her. Because I don't really know her, right? So I always say to myself, she sent the picture for a reason, right? She doesn't know why she sent it, but she sent it, and you have to tell her what you see, because that's what you're supposed to do, and then she has to digest it, or just say, that's nonsense, right? So I was really nervous about it, so I sent it to her, and she came back with this. So she finally got it open, and she says, wow, this is amazing. My plan is, with my crypto, is to build a home for sexually trafficked girls. I volunteer to counsel these girls, and she opens up her farm to do these therapies, right? pet and garden therapy. It's so beautiful, right? So that's what she did. But in in my mind, I said, she was molested. That's why she's doing this, right? So that evening, she sent me this. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it. So, 1 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. she sent this. So she's telling her story about how she was abused by her dad, and that it was her pet that gave her solace when all this stuff was happening. And she says she never really talks about it at the people too much, because usually she's the counselor, But here's that picture, that tells the story of it. And I had no idea, right, that she was into, that she was setting up a program for sexually abused girls, and that her farm was being used as a therapy, and that's how she got her comfort, right? She said she used to hold her dog, and there's the dog, and there's her, right? And then this is her new role. She's protecting this kind of people, and here's, you can see, like, she's protecting all these girls that are hidden behind her from these monsters. So that was proof to me that, like I said, oh my God, how could I have imagined that, right? It's my subconscious, and your subconscious is connected to everything. And I don't get money for this. I won't even let them donate money, because it doesn't work when I get money, because I push it too much. When I used to do these charities for this lady that taught me the cards, I would go to these things, and they'd sit down and they'd put a lot of money in the cup, and it all went to the charity. But I wanted to do such a good job for them. I just messed it all up, because you can't get in that setting in your mind when you're trying to push things. Like you want it to be positive, and so I can't accept. I don't take any money for it, so it's not like I'm trying to scam these people that send me stuff. It's just amazing, and I like doing it, because I just like, whoa. And I've done it for myself. Like there's me. This is when I first got in the, right when I saw this, I said, that's me when I was contemplating my first journey, into the military. I used to sit in the park and stare at the sky like that. So I said, well, why would I get that? Why would I get that now? Because I'm done. And then you're here again. I turn this thing over. And here's an old man, right? An old man sitting there. So I said, man, maybe that's maybe I'm going on a second journey, right? Second journey. And I found a whole bunch of other things in here that I think are fitting. It's just that I haven't figured it out yet. I thought I did, but it just hasn't. But it'll all make sense, when I finally finish this, or whatever my second journey is. This all makes sense. Oh, this guy.
Could this be the end? Is this the way I die? Sitting here alone, no one by my side. I don't understand. I don't feel that I deserve this. What did I do wrong? I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Give me one more chance. Let me please explain. It's all been circumstance. I'll tell you once again. You took me for a ride, promising a vast adventure. Next thing that I know, I'm frightened for my life. Now wait a minute, man, that's not how it is. You must be confused. That isn't who I am. Please don't be afraid. I would never try to hurt you. This is how we live, strange although it seems. Please try to forgive the chapel and the saint, the soldiers in the wine, the fables and the tales, all handed down through time. Of course you're free to go and tell the world my story. Tell about my brother, tell them about me, the Count of Tuscany.
is agreeable to him, but you're not there for me. You're there for this fucking this thing that got downloaded is going to save the world, right? And we're it. So let me take a break, and I'm going to do a quick reading on Elon because I want him to hear it. And I want him to hear it. I want everyone to hear it. So he'll want to pick up the phone when I call him. This is and why he's it. And then if we get along, which I think we will, then he'll hang up the phone and he'll pick up his purpose because it's sitting on his fucking toes right now.